Hello, good evening. So it is Friday. It's Friday evening here in the Philippines, and I'm about to go to bed. I'm just chilling. It's raining. I can hear the raindrops out from outside. It's relaxing, it's calming. It's giving me this peace after an extremely productive day. This is normally what I would do on a Friday night. On a Friday night, I don't go out. I just pretty much chill, preparing for the long weekend. I felt like every Friday is always a treat for me because that means if I am not working on a Saturday, it means that I get to enjoy the full blast weekend. Like Friday night is all by for myself, all by myself, relaxing, chilling, listening to music, looking at, watching videos. But for the most part, I like listening to music. That's kind of how my life was in Minnesota when I started working. Pretty much, I like being at home, um, listening to music, pretty much it. I really don't go out a lot, especially at night. The only time that you would see me outside if there's an event, like, if there's a practice for our church service. But aside from that, I don't really go out that much, and until lately when I had my boyfriend. Lately, that was the only time that I was out late, whenever we would go out and go for a drive or something. um, but anyway, um, what am I going to talk to you about? um, well, I don't know where to start, but I know I promised myself that I'm going to have my testimony, my life journey, um, personal journey, um, record whatever is going on with my life, which I haven't been very consistent. Although lately I have been, I have been very active with going out, enjoying life. I felt like I had to catch up with my vacation for being home away from home. Being in the United States of America, being away from my homeland, which is the Philippines. I felt like 7 months is not enough for me to catch up with all the fun things that I missed. You know, um, we always have events, always have holidays, things to celebrate. We're a happy country. Like, we're we are a symbol of resiliency, that whatever calamities, storm we may face, there's always a smile on our face. That's the characteristic of being a Filipino. And I felt and I believe that it is something that I have shown when I was in the US. I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations, but I remain standing. I remain steadfast, and I remain being consistent to what I was heading for. Sometimes plan A may not work, but there's always plan B to Z. Like, if you have a plan A that did not work, don't worry, there's going to be another plan B, C, D, up to Z, or whatever. It's just a matter of conditioning your mind that, you may not succeed at this area. There's always another chance to do something else that you feel like you will be successful at it. But anyway, I don't want to lose track of what I'm going to say, because my heart is overflowing with gratitude. There's a lot of things that I'm very thankful for. Being here in the Philippines helped me to change my lenses. It makes me look at the bigger picture, that there's more to life aside from being in the office, working, you know, there's a lot of things to see that I'm finally now seeing. So I'm seeing a lot of beautiful things that needs to be appreciated, such as being with your family, with your loved ones. Being with my family is priceless, you know. My family is not perfect, but at the end of the day, we always make up, because that's the true meaning of family. That at the end of the day, no matter no matter what are the differences that you may have, you are still going to find a way to find that LOVE, that love. So anyway, there's a lot of things that I wanted to share, like 6 to 7 years being away from home makes me feel like a totally different person. Like the way I think, the way I perceive things, the way I receive things, the way I process things, it's completely different from who I was before. You know, I felt like I matured way too early than I should. You know, but at the same time, there's still this balance that I know how to enjoy life, like, you know, having that youthful spirit and having the um, wisdom of ages from the past, and having the youthful spirit of a kid. You know, that's the secret of having that balance. You know, it doesn't mean that you're ignoring the middle, the in between. That is where you should stand, that in between, and having the wisdom of the past and the youthfulness of your spirit. Oh well. Anyway, so 7 years ago, that was when 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, so it's 7 years. 7 years ago, 7 years ago, that was 2018, right? 2018, 19, 21, 2, 3, 7, yeah, 2018. I was already in the US at that time. 2017 September, I was still here in the Philippines. So the first September of 2018 would have been in Florida, USA. I got to the US May of 2018. May 28th when I left, and then I got there the 30th or the 29th of May 2018. What was my life before I went to the United States of America? Well, I was only 26. 26, I celebrated 27 there. The first birthday I celebrated in America was when I was 27. How am I going to start talking about my story? Well, I started school when I was 5. That was my kindergarten. And then my original when I grow up story was I wanted to be a teacher. So when I was 5 years old, my first stage appearance is when we introduce ourselves. Like, my name is Cheryl, because at the time, you know, they were calling me Cheryl, so I said I'm Cheryl Bosa. And when I grow up, I'm 5 years old. My father's name is Franco Bosa, and my mother's name is Annalisa Bosa. When I grew up, I wanted to be a teacher. That was my very first dream that I said at this stage. Oh well, I was very camera shy at the time. I wasn't really fond of taking pictures, you know. Being on the stage makes me feel anxious at the time. I had like a stage fright. I wasn't very confident when it comes to talking, to picture and everything. So that was that. And then I started elementary days when I was 6. My first school teacher, oh, by the way, my kindergarten teacher is Miss Rebecca. Miss Rebecca. And then Ma'am Bikay. And then I started my my first grade 1, at Paco Elementary School. So Paco Elementary School, my first teacher, I was 6 years old at the time. My teacher's name is Socorro Villaroya. So Ma'am Coro, she's a very nice teacher, you know. She's the one that I had I was the first owner of the class. I don't know how many kids that we have. I don't know how many students we have or how many pupils we have at the time. I think we're like less than 50 pupils. But I was the first honor. They were joking at me that the only reason why I was the first honor because my father told them that if I am not the first honor, because at the time my father was the president of the school. When I was in grade 1, my father was the PTA president. And I don't know if my father was joking or he was serious, but he told the teacher that if my daughter is not going to be the first honor, I'm not going to go up to the stage. Maybe they were kidding. I don't know if they're kidding or not, but I took it by heart, you know. But anyway, long story short, I got the first honor. I was the first honor when I was in grade 1, and then grade 2, which my teacher is Ma'am Ning Ning. I can't remember her real name. Luning Ning, Ma'am Ning Ning, Ning Ning Dugan. She is my grade 2 teacher. I think that was also the first time that I started competing to different school. We would go to Gubat North Central School to compete. We have different contests there that I was always part of. You know, we have, I can remember, we have science, English, tests, and all that kind of stuff. You know, so there's different school at the North District that we were that each school, each barangay has to represent. I think that was the very first time that I was sent to compete. When I was in grade 2, we were sent to compete at Gubat North Central School. So we were competing on everything. And that was also the time where I got that opportunity to meet new people from different school. You know, I remember different pupils from different schools. Celine Victoria Lilies from Barangay Bagakay, she always compete. So she's always been a competitor of mine. So Celine Victoria Lilies from Barangay Bagakay, Abir. I think there's also, but those are the two that I remember at Barangay Bagakay. Celine and then Abir. And then also Barangay Ugao, we have Joanne, what was her last name? Joanne. But she got married now. She's the one at the Golden Store. She got married, I think. She's already married now, but her name is Joanne Espena. Joanne Espena. And then Corina. So we have Joanne and then Corina. So those are the two that I remember clearly in my mind who always compete. So we were competing. And then we also have at Barangay Tires, I think we have Jennifer Sabordo, who happened to be my friend in high school as well. So Jennifer Sabordo, Rosel, I think Rosel, and then Aiza Pura. And then Kugon, we have Joanne Yutan, who she's a teacher now, but Joanne Newton, she was competing in elementary school as well, and then she's also my schoolmate in Gubat National High School and then Bicol University Gubat campus. So Joan Newton and then who else? Joan Newton, and then that was in Barangay Kugon, and then there's also the northern part. Who else? San Ignacio, we have Melody Erpe, and then Jenny, I think Jenny Acuña. Sino pa ba? Basta yun na yung naalala ko, nung mga elementary days na nagko-compete kami sa mga contest. I am not sure about Melody. I think Melody and Jenny in elementary. And then we have Payawin, Bernadette, and then Jessica. I think her name is Jessica. Oh my god, I can't remember. And then Carriedo. I don't know if they're Payawin or Carriedo. Carriedo or Payawin. Something like that. Yun lang yung naalala ko. And then at Gubat North, Nodendil kay Agnote, NK. She's also my friend when I was in high school. We weren't very super close, but I get to go to their house one of the fiesta there when I was in high school. So it's Nodendale, sino pa ba? Kenneth, I don't know if Kenneth. Basta yung naalala ko talaga si NK nung elementary. NK, sino pa ba? That was elementary days nung nagko-compete kami. That was when I was in grade 2 yata. I don't know, please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I was remembering. Grade 2 pa lang ako noon, so 7 years old pa lang ako. And then grade 3 with Ma'am Serrano, Ma'am Pa Serrano. She's my third grade teacher, Ma'am Serrano, Pa Serrano. I remember at the time, you know, she's very slim and everything. She's very nice. I like her, very chill and cool. She has this daughter who always visit us. Sharon is her name. And then grade 4, we have Miss Jenny De Vera. Oh, by the way, with Mom Pa Serrano, that was the time when we started singing. I don't know. That's when the time that we started learning different music, because RJ Pakuri, who happens to be my cousin, he likes singing. I don't know, we were part of the choir at the time here at our chapel. Nora Pakuri, sino pa ba? Nora Pakuri. We were part of the choir here at our barangay Pakubaba. Nora Pakuri, sino pa ba? Basta nag-choir din ako noon. And then si RJ Pakuri, mahilig siyang mag-sing ng Jubilee. Siya yung may copy ng yung Jubilee song na nakapaserox pa talaga. Yung It's the time of the great Jubilee. That was when I was in 3rd grade. With Ma'am Pa Serrano. Hindi tinuro ng teacher. Yun lang yung mga namin, yung mga ginagawa namin pag vacant, pag wala yung teacher, pag nagre-recess yung mga teacher. Tapos mahilig din kami sa mga games noon. Doon kami nag-start na mamulat na mag-games. Yung mga alam mo yung mga games namin noon, yung mga letter A to Z. Ano yung mga country na nagsisimula sa letter A? Ano yung A? Armenia, Afghanistan, Africa. Letter B, Brazil. Name of places yan. And then, may mga ganyan pa talaga kaming mga games. That was our games at that time. And then name. What are the names that starts with letter A? A for Amelia. A for Anna. A for Amanda. A for Apple. No, we were talking. And then think about things that starts with letter A. O, ano yung mga letters na start sa letter A. O, so that was when we were in 3rd grade with RJ Pakuri, sino pa ba? And that's when we also start developing friendship. You know, I have a group of friends. We have Jewelyn Inga, no, not Inga, Jewelyn Dugan, Jewelyn, si Owen, and then we have Sandra Palanas, and then I have my cousin as well, Donna, Chrisley Lilis, sino pa bang mga friends ko nun? Chrisley, Donna, Owen, Sandra, and then Ambi, Maria Salvidimdam, Sandra Palanas, Jewelyn Dugan, Donna Fielbosa, Chrissy Lilis. Those are my friends. Yun yung mga super best friend ko noon. And then 4th grade, sino pa ba? 4th grade, my teacher was Jenny De Vera. Miss Jenny De Vera. That was the time when kailan ba ako nag-start ng scouting? I think I started scouting when I was in 4th grade or 3rd grade. So 4th grade was with Miss Jenny De Vera. So that's when we started learning about scouting. I'm not too sure if it was Miss Mampa Serrano that I started joining Girl Scout, or I was in grade 4. But I remember 4th grade because I also joined the Jamboree in Preto Diaz, because at first we would have the camping at Gubat North. So we have camping at Gubat North District, and then I also joined the Jamboree at Preto Diaz. So the difference between the two, here sa camping ng Gubat North, just different school, like different school here at Gubat North District. So we have camping there. I think it's only for a week or less than a week yun. You know, we started building our what do you call this, to be independent, diba? Being away from your parents, na you go to school, you go camping, walang masyadong diba? You learn how to do campfire, mayroon ding hiking, and everything. So it was very fun. And then Preto Diaz, that's when we had our Jamboree. So I also joined the Jamboree. So it's from different district na, different school district. There's a lot of different school na may I think there's also Bulan, Gubat South, Magallanes, Preto Diaz. I think, yeah, those are the ones na nakasali. And then naalala ko noon, I remember Celine Victoria, mahilig din yun because Celine is very competitive as well. She's very competitive when it comes to academics and then extracurricular activities. So that was my grade 4 story. And that's when I also started my first report at Manila Paper, diba? That was my very first report, Manila Paper. And then grade 5 with Miss Rebecca Felices. Miss Rebecca Felices, I'm not very fond of her as well, because Miss Rebecca, she's very talkative, but she's a good person though. Ma'am Vic I think she's a good person, but she's just way too talkative for me. She would always ask the student to take her uban, to take her gray hair, you know. And we would also have class program. We would have class program, but we learned that when I was in 4th grade, we would have program before the start of the class. So we would have this, today we're going to have a short program to be led by blah blah blah. So someone would lead the prayer, and then there's going to be someone who would do the solo singing, and then group singing and everything. So that was my 5th grade. So from 1st grade to 4th grade, I was the first honor of the class. And on 5th grade, what do you call this? There were 2 first honors. So it's me. I was the first honor, and there's also another one, Joelyn Ingay. So there's 2 first honor, me and then Joelyn. So we're tied. And then on the 6th grade, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 6th grade, that was the time, during those time, by the way, that, you know, second, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, every year we would always go to different school to compete, you know. We go to Gubat North to always have contests. I don't know if they're still doing that, but that's a very good way in the past that you get to learn different pupil from different school. You know, it's developing your camaraderie, developing your social skills, your independence, and everything, you know. And then on my 6th grade, that's when I was active as well when it comes to, you know, I don't know if I joined scouting when I was in 6th grade. I think I did, because I wasn't very present when it comes to academic. I focused more on curricular activities when I was in 6th grade. I think I joined contests such as, I even joined the crochet. Yeah, so that was like, you know, home economics or arts. It's kind of like an arts as well, but I did compete. We went first at Sorsogon, and then we went to Gubat South. That's when we did the competition. I don't know, I think I was top 2 or top 3 with the crocheting at Gubat South. It was with Ma'am Fiderio. She's the one who trained me to do that and everything. I don't know, at the time I focused more on curricular activities. I joined scouting, you know. I don't know what else I've done, but it's more of like extracurricular activities. With academics, I was doing fine. I mean, I had to keep my place because I had to prove myself that I've always have to be the number 1. So from grade 1 to grade 5, I was the first honor. And I was very active, both academic and extracurricular activities. Even it was only a very small elementary school, you know. But the problem is, at the end of the school, I wasn't the first honor. I was the salutatorian. I was not the valedictorian. I was the salutatorian, you know. Of course, I was very heartbroken at the time because, you know, I had to maintain my place. And I even, you know, sacrifices a lot when it comes to playing, because I was very focused on being, you know, I was very focused on studying. Medyo hindi halata, pero mahilig talaga akong mag-aral. I like, you know, writing and everything. Guhit and everything when I was in grade 6. So yun na nga, hindi ako yung nag-first. So disappointed yung parents. So they were so disappointed at me. Tawag dito, there were times that malapit nang mag-graduation noon ng time na yon. Tapos hindi pa ina-announce. They weren't announcing who's the top 5. Kasi noon wala pang mga top 10, top 5 lang talaga. May mga top 5 pa lang noon. Tapos ang tagal i-announce ni Ma'am Fiderio. Ma'am Fiderio is taking too long to announce who's the first honor because I've been waiting. I know in my heart that I should be the first honor because I've been active both academics and extracurricular activities. You know? tawag dito, I expected. And then, ang tagal, pero nahalata ko na siya. And then I noticed that it's not going to be me because they were giving the speech. You know, they were giving the speech. It's very predictable because if you're the valedictorian, you're supposed to memorize this long speech, you know. Ako, ang tagal ko nang pinaghandaan yung speech ko nun sa isip ko. But anyway, kasi very, very scripted yung speech. They have a very scripted speech na kahit grade 1, grade 2, may memorize kasi very uniform yung speech ng valedictorian. So anyway, I knew because it wasn't given to me. What do you call this? The script wasn't given to me. So I was like, I know, hindi ako yung valedictorian. Pero they weren't announcing it yet. I was given the Pledge of Loyalty instead. When, you know, alam ko na yon. Pag Pledge of Loyalty, automatic second honor ka nun. Ikaw ang salutatorian. Sabi ko, I knew I'm not the valedictorian. I'm the salutatorian because you're giving me the Pledge of Loyalty. So, yun na nga. So, in-announce na ni Ma'am Piderio. Hindi niya sinabi, sinulat niya sa Pizarra. She wrote it on the board. Yan. Salutatorian, Shirley Bosa. And then, I don't know if Owen is also second. I can't remember. But anyway, I was the salutatorian. Siyempre, nalaman ni Father Dear. Hindi nasampal si ate mo. Kasi siyempre, they were expecting that I am the valedictorian. So, yun na yun. And, they did not attend. My mom attended. It was my grandmother who went up to stage with me to get my medal, but my father went as well. But he was looking like he was a rebel because he wasn't, you know, during the time when I was like from grade 1 to grade 5, he would always like prepare. He would always have this polo shirt, iron clothing, proper, you know, planchadong polo shirt and pants and everything to show that, you know, very proud of me because I'm the first honor. That time, he did not wear formal wear. You know, during the graduation, my father did not go. He did not attend. My mom did. My mom was there. She was there. My mom was wearing pink. I think she was wearing pink at that time on my graduation day. So my mom was there, and then it was my grandmother from my father's side, my grandmother Lourdes, who went up on the stage with me to pin my honor and to get the medal. And I can see my mom crying. And my father he passed by. He was wearing ripped jeans because he wanted to show that he wanted to show the school that he did not like the result of the honor, you know, the honor roll. I was like, my daughter should be the valedictorian. You know, but anyway, that was in the past. I was just telling the story. We're not bitter or anything. We already let it go. We already moved on. We already let go. We already forgave and everything. I was just telling my story. So that was my grade 6. And then during my elementary days, we also danced Pearly Shell. I was very happy during my elementary days. You know, I had a chance to. At school, I had a chance to, you know, to build friendship with my classmates. You know, very solid pa nun yung mga friendship. I don't know if it's the same now, but looking at how the kids now, it's very different than how we were before. You know, the way we play, yun. Very different from how it was before. Mga laro namin noon, we play Chinese garter. What else? Tumbang preso, Julin, Tex. So that's my childhood stories when I was in grade 1 to grade 6. Overall, I can honestly say that it was a very memorable. It's a very memorable. If I'm looking at videos right now, very nostalgic. Very nostalgic. I feel the nostalgia in me. So that's it. I just want to share my story of my childhood. So that's it. I hope you learned about my life. Shirley Ferreras Bosa's story, elementary days. Thank you for watching.